punters, and welcome to bets.com.au's preview of this weekend's Cox Plate. The Group 1 feature is expected to be one of the most hotly contested races of the last 5 years, but it will be a bittersweet moment for the punters without Winx in the race. My name's Todd Davey, and joining me on the line is Justin Darcy. Justin, you're favouring a Japanese import to take out this event.
After the barrier draw, Liz Grisher is still our favourite at $3.50, and I think she's still the horse to beat. She won the Takarazuka last start in Japan, and she was very dominant in that race with Damian Lane in the saddle. Now, the stable said this morning that she's come over here a much happier horse than she was in Japan. So for me, that's warning signs for all the other competitors in this race, because what she did over there was fantastic. Just imagine what she's going to do here. Now, the thing that I like here was the Murder Glace form from the Caulfield Cup. Now, over there, he's ranked as probably a Group 2 or 3 horse. Liz Grisher is in their top 3 horses. Murder Glace made a mess of them in the Caulfield Cup, and he won it very, very easily. Liz Grisher is in the top echelon of horses, not just in Japan, but she's world class. She has form around Waldergeist, who was the winner of the Prix d'Arc. She defeated Enable in that particular race. Now, that type of form for a Cox Plate is absolutely phenomenal. As for tactics in this race, she draws one of the outside barriers, barrier 12. So she'll have to probably, I would say, kick up on the pace. She was ridden like that for her last Group 1 win, and I have a feeling Damian Lane will want to be up there again. She won't want to settle too far back. I think there will be some nice pace in this from Homesman and Harlem on the inside, but I think for this race, she'll need to be a bit closer to the pace, especially from that wide draw, just to make sure that she doesn't get caught too far back and possibly be kept 3 wide.
And the best of the local hosts, we're looking at Castle Vecchio jumping from 4, and of course the Champ Mystic Journey from barrier 6. Do you give either of these horses a chance coming into this event?
I'd like to see Castel Vecchio, I guess, put up another peak performance. Obviously, last start he was very good in the Spring Champion, running second behind Shadow Hero, who is our Victoria Derby favourite. But I'm not sure how well he'll get around Moonee Valley in the pressure of a Cox Plate. Obviously, he's well weighted with 49.5, and I know the trainer Richard Litt is very confident in his chances. And there has been a lot of market support. So I think he's a chance to run the top 3, but he'll need a bit of luck in running for where I think that he'll get to. Mystic Journey, she's the type of horse that could dictate this race from 800 metres out. And if she's able to dictate, I think they might find it a bit hard to catch her. I think it might be a bit of a tussle between her and Liz Grisher to the line. Now, Mystic Journey will probably sit 2 pairs back, 3 pairs back maybe. And if coming to the 600, if they're sort of just running it at a moderate tempo, she could peel out. And if it's a sit and sprint, she'll be very hard to beat, especially if Liz Grisher does go back. If she goes forward, I think it might be a bit of a tussle between those two to the line.
And just lastly, Cold Hero Tiaku Shark lines up in this year's Cox Plate. What chance do you give the Shark?
I was a little bit cautious of him before the barrier draw. Now, Jamie Richards' reaction after the barrier draw sort of said 1,000 words to me. He was looking down. He looked pretty shattered. It was almost like we should have kept him for the Kennedy Mile. If he ran in the Kennedy Mile, I think he'd probably win that race. But just on a Cox Plate point of view, he's going to have to jump from the outside barrier. He's going to have to settle back no matter what, whether there's a hot pace or a slow pace. He's sort of forced to play cards that they mightn't have wanted to play before the race. I think if it's a super hot pace, obviously he should be able to build up and come home well. But he's going to be giving a lot of ground to some top quality horses, and he still needs to prove that he's that level.
Thanks again for your insights, Justin, and remember you can read Justin's thoughts on the Cox Plate, the Manikato Stakes, and all the Group 1 races from the Melbourne Spring at bets.com.au.